So we start today with a public forum. So we have Murray, Sandy and Kitty from Grow Ototahi. So welcome and come and please let us know about the work that you're doing.
Kia ora koutou, ngā mihi nui, he mihi mahana kia koutou, good morning, and thank you for affording us some time to be with you. Today I'm joined by two of my fellow trustees, Kitty Jardine, who'll be known to probably all of you, and Sandy Macro, who doubles as a trustee and our festival director. To Mayor Leanne, good morning. To Chair Sarah, good morning, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. And we'd like to provide you with a very brief update on the Grow Ototahi Garden Festival for 2021. Grow had its genesis in the desire of a small group of people to provide for the city an opportunity to combine our rich garden and horticultural heritage with its fast increasing reputation as a global leader in food sustainability, education, resilient communities, and a vibrancy and sustainability for the city across the region, and making sure that our citizens live in a prosperous and delightful part of the country. After our unwanted viral visitor met us earlier in the year, we had to cancel the inaugural 2020 event 3 days before it was due to start. So as you can imagine, the large number of volunteers and sponsors and commercial partners, and of course the support from the council, meant that it was a little bit, well, it was full of grief, to be honest, and some of us are only just getting over it now, but what we have done is reschedule it for the 2021 year and the 12th to 14th of March next year. So the support from council, like many other organisations, and a large group of volunteers from schools, from the community gardens and others who gave freely of their time was marvellous, and then mobilising again now for the 2021 event. The City Council support for the 2020 event was gratefully received and with thanks, and included $15,000 from the Events Fund and $30,000 from the Sustainability and Innovation Fund. So on behalf of my fellow trustees here, but our Chair Chris Walsh and our absent trustees Lisa Goodman and Sarah Barrett, we thank you for that contribution to our event last year that didn't quite get off the ground. Mayor Leanne was present to launch that event in 2019, and Chair Sarah has been interested in our events and she provided us with the invitation to be here today. Councillor Galloway and a number of others of you have been actively involved in supporting the event too, and for that we say thank you again. So the 2021 inaugural Grow Ototahi Festival event is the first step in a 10-year vision that starts to provide an opportunity for the event to grow organically from its home in the Christchurch Botanic Gardens, to include and activate other city assets and infrastructure during the days that it's running. So the intent is that over time it will move down Worcester Boulevard into the Arts Centre, into the Art Gallery, across the bridge and around the river, out to Riverside and all the way around through past the Town Hall into the Margaret Mayhew Playground. And the importance of Otakaro, the Avon River, can't be understated here in terms of what the Trust is seeking to achieve around sustainability, use of water, mahinga kai, and ensuring that the stories that are rich in the Christchurch's history are taught and embedded as part of what Grow Ototahi professes to achieve for the city. Bringing 25,000 people into the central city initially over the first 3 days, and then organically evolving the event across the city to include between 45 and 50,000 visitors is going to be an important part to make sure that we have a connected and integrated city with the thematic horticultural and garden links between its public assets, its infrastructure and its communities. The development of a living residential biosphere that will spark international and national interest beyond 2021, and linked with the proposed Earth Precinct and the creation of education pathways from schools through to tertiary studies, science and research and food sustainability careers are also at the heart of Grow. Any profits that the festival makes will be applied to scholarships for students and apprentices in the horticultural field, so the Trust is looking forward to supporting the further development and growth of the city's reputation in that space. So the 2021 festival, while it's confirmed for the 12th and 14th of March next year, and has been incredibly well supported by Lincoln University as a presenting partner who's come on board for the next 3 years, and other organisations like Environment Canterbury, the City Council, CCL and the Epic Innovation Centre mean that we have the abilities to recast the event for 2021. We're currently receiving support again from the Christchurch City Council, for which we're grateful, $20,000 from the Events Fund and $5,000 from Strengthening Communities. We're also awaiting the confirmation of funding from other sources, and there are a number of other applications that are going to be confirmed by December this year. So once we have that clarity, we'll be making sure that we make the appropriate decision around size and scale for the event for 2021. So our chefs and our designers, our commercial partners, our community garden supporters, our beautiful botanic gardens, the school children around the city who are involved in designing their own gardens, our volunteers and supporters are all working hard to present the city with a festival that has a modern take on our gardening and horticultural heritage. So our central city is something that's to be fed by its citizens and nurtured by its leaders. And that's really where we are taking this event over the next 5 to 10 years. And as we continue to re-establish ourselves, those of us that have made a personal financial contribution and a time commitment to this event look forward to making a positive contribution to our home, Otahi Christchurch. Thank you for listening. We're happy to take any questions.
Kia ora, thank you. I think there's probably time for one or two very quick questions. Yanni.
Thank you. Thanks for what you're doing. I was just interested in the school participation and if you had any strategy to get schools in the eastern part of the city or in lower socioeconomic areas participating.
We have room for 8 schools to have exhibition gardens. We've got Banks Ave School, they were involved last year, or this year, and will also be involved for 2021. I'm just trying to think, we've sent a letter out to a lot of the schools, including those in the east, to involve them. But I think Banks Ave is the only one that's secured at the moment.
Thank you. Any other questions? Pauline.
Just a suggestion there, Keep Christchurch Beautiful has got quite strong links in with the schools through their schools environmental enhancement program, so they probably give you a steer on the really active schools with the gardens.
Yeah.
Just an idea.
So we had 8 signed up last year, and of course the kids were all bitterly disappointed.
Yeah.
We even had one of them that finished their garden and others that finish them at school. And the intention is that over time, as the festival grows, there'll be more than 8 schools participating right across the festival.
Fantastic. Yep.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming and updating us today. We're really looking forward to March next year.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Yeah,
Have a good morning.
everybody.